Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I kind of wanted to switch gears and go more into the lifestyle part of kidney disease and dialysis. Now this is something I actually contemplated bringing to the channel, but it is something that I think was very pertinent and a big part of my journey, and especially as a young woman who was diagnosed with kidney disease at the age of 21. I think this was a huge part of my story. So I am sharing this in the hopes that someone else, and not even people who are dealing with kidney disease, but somebody who was dealing with any type of chronic illness or major life-changing situation that puts you in the same perspective as me as I was going through this. And this is something actually I still currently deal with as a single woman. So let's just get right into the video.
And make sure you don't forget to click.
2019 is when my kidney failure started to happen. And then very shortly after, COVID hit. Not only was I sat down, like where I felt like super isolated and by myself, I think the world experienced that. And like for me in that time frame, like dating was almost non-existent. I didn't have a boyfriend. My relationship kind of ended as my kidney disease and my kidney failure happened. Like the kidney disease really didn't have any bearing on that. It was actually on its way to its end prior to that. But my relationship basically ended at the end of 2018. I didn't go on a date. Intimacy totally out the window like that. Nothing of that sort even happened. And I went on my first date. May of 2022. So from the end of 2018, from the end of 2018 to going into the middle parts of 2022 was my time frame in which I was really dealing with the depths of my kidney disease and my kidney failure. And during that entire time, I did not date. I did not see anyone. I did not have a boyfriend. But mind you, like I've mentioned, COVID was happening, so it wasn't like I could get out there and meet new people anyway. And honestly, I didn't want to. And I think that's the part of this that I want to discuss is you still want to treat your life with as much normalcy as possible. Obviously, your life has changed once you're diagnosed with a chronic illness. But how do I move forward and make my life feel as normal as possible? What do? I just want to share my thought process. And I'm going to keep this short and quick and concise, but I do have a message in this. Yes, COVID was a big part of why I didn't date, but honestly, during the process, I was very sick. A lot of you know, if you have watched my videos, doctors did give me a life sentence saying if we couldn't get things in correct order that I wouldn't live for very long. So when that's your focus, dating is kind of outside of that. It's like, I want my life to even be able to date. But I did get over that hump where I did start to heal, and I was in a space where I was going out and being social while on dialysis after, COVID kind of died down into like 2021. I was out, I was traveling. I still didn't want to date. And that's because of the insecurity that came with being on dialysis. Yes, I lost weight. But in addition to my weight loss, guess what? I got tubes hanging out of my body. Like, that's one concern. And it's a valid concern when you think about dating and relationships and intimacy. How is your partner to receive that? How is your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your fiance or your husband to receive that? But as a young woman meeting a new man, thinking like, oh my God, how is he going to perceive this? It's a valid concern. It was a valid concern for me. So for me, I eliminated the concern altogether, and I was just like, I'm not going to date. But I don't want you guys to be like me. Some of you know, and if you don't know, listen to this. Depending on where you're located in this country, your wait to get a kidney can be 3 years, like it was for me, and that was with a live donor. Or it could be 10 years on a deceased donor waiting list, or even more, just depending on your circumstance. Do you truly want to put 10 years of your dating life on the back burner because you're insecure about what's going on with your physical being. And it's the cliche statement to make, but like, your person will truly be able to accept you for who you are. I think your only job, or my only job as a chronic kidney disease patient or a chronic illness patient, fully disclosing that to the person that you choose, so they have the ability to choose if that is something that they want to endure. Because as you know, when you deal with anything like this, like, the support of the people around you is extremely important. So picking a partner or dating someone that is willing to help you or be there with you through that process, I think is like a huge part of the journey. But I will say a benefit of that is you can truly see someone for who they are when you're going through your darkest times. You lead with that. You get to know, like, okay, all right, this person is willing to deal with this, like that. That will prep you for a lifetime. Even right after I had my transplant and I was dealing with, the scars from both of my hemodialysis port and my peritoneal dialysis port, and now my 2 transplant scars, like, will a man find this unattractive on me? Like, when I'm wearing my bikini or I'm wearing my low-cut dress, is this something that I'm like? Those are genuine feelings. Are they the correct feeling? Like, can I sit here and be very cliche to say, be yourself? Everybody should accept you for who you are. It doesn't matter what. Those are war wounds. Those are things that you've been through. Those are things that you should be proud of. Yes, those are all the right things to say, but is that true in every circumstance? Is that the nature of being a human? No, we are imperfect, right? And we have these insecurities and we experience these things about ourselves that you have to go through and grow through. And it's part of the journey. But at the end of the day, it is your truth and it is your circumstance. I really just encourage people out there to go for it. I'm in full swing of dating and seeing people and, meeting new people. I'm in full swing of that now. No, this isn't something that I'm going to just possibly disclose on the first date, or maybe it is, but it isn't at the forefront. Like, I got to do this on the first date. No, I get to know people just like they get to know me, and we disclose things, and over the course of time, you don't just put out all your information out right there at once on the first date. But I don't withhold my truth. I don't try to keep it. Every person that has come into my life since my transplant, even when I was going through it, everybody knew what I was going through. It wasn't even a thought process to think about hiding it. I think now, because I went so long without dating and trying to get back into the dating world, I realized, like, wow, like, yes, COVID was part of that, but I think the insecurity of having these tubes on my body was a big part of why I would not date or see people or even want to have the conversation about it, because I was so insecure about my entire body, not just the tubes, but the weight loss, the moon face from the prednisone. Like, I just felt like a shell of myself. I didn't feel like myself. I wasn't secure enough to date. And so I stayed away from it, and I focused on me and my health and getting to a space where then I could eventually do so. And then I did. And so that brings me to a more touchier subject, but intimacy while on dialysis. Intimacy while dealing with kidney disease. So all those physical insecurities that I spoke about, they carry on into an intimate relationship. Even more so now. Make sure you have those tubes. If you're on dialysis, make sure those tubes on your body are secure. Okay? Let me just say, that statement is for the married couples. This is why I contemplated even having this discussion or bringing this to the channel, because it is a very intimate part of being on dialysis, but it is a part of our journey, right? My doctor encouraged me to live my life after I got to a space where my health was stable. If your health is unstable, I think there's nothing in this world that you should be focused on but your health. But once you get to a place where you're on dialysis and you're into your rhythm and things are well and there is no major alarming concerns from you from the doctor, live your best life. Do the things that make you happy. We all only have one life. One. And sometimes we feel because of what our circumstance is that we fear that that life may not be extended. That is also not the truth. If you take care of yourself, you get to live the life that you want to live and the life that is meant for you. Don't let dialysis hold you back from anything, from dating, from finding true love and having fun. You can do those things. Me and my doctor had this relationship where we could talk about these things. If it wasn't with my doctor, I was talking to my therapist and my social worker that actually worked closely with my doctor so I could get the right information about these things that concern me. And if you don't have them, you have me. Okay? Talk to your doctor. If your health is in a space where they feel like it's stable, please live your life. Get out there, have a good time, have fun. I'm encouraging that. Be safe. First and foremost, be safe. In any realm, dating, the dating world is absolutely crazy with all the dating apps. Be safe. Use your best judgment with everyone. This conversation is for my young kidney disease patients, my single kidney disease patients. We exist out there, okay? This dating life is a struggle. It is a struggle. With or without kidney disease, it is a struggle. So I would suggest clear it with the doctor. You're in a good state of health. Once that's cleared, accept yourself for who you are and what you're dealing with, and be empowered by the fact that you're enduring something that is insane and hard and life-changing. But if you're watching this, you're getting through it. 3, have no fear. Live your life. You have one. And live it the way that you feel fit, a way that's feeding your soul. Don't go looking for validation anywhere. And wrap it up. And I mean those tubes on your body. Wrap them up, tape them down, make sure they're secure, get them under your clothes, and go out and live your life. Okay? This message is Dawn approved. I love you guys. I know this is a different video. This isn't your informative health video. This is just a motivation. Like, I get it. When you deal with something as crazy as kidney disease, when you deal with something like a lupus, when you deal with something like heart disease, when you deal with something like major depression, when you deal with things that are life-changing, life-altering, and sometimes seclude you, and you have to take a moment to focus on you and own the fact that I am dealing with these major things in my life, get to a stable space with your health, your mental health, your physical health, your medical health, and then keep pressing on, keep pressing forward and living your life. You only have one. And what I've read, people on their deathbed, if they do have one regret, it's that they didn't live life for them and what made them happy, and they didn't move past their fears. That's all I have to say. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.